What's up? What's up? It's your man Jimmy Chan. We get to graph this wonderful rational function here. So we have some steps that we have to take. First off, you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm actually going to go ahead and factor this right now. So I'm going to say that this is going to be f of x is equal to x minus 2 on the top, and the bottom factors out to be, let me see, 20, and it has to be 1, so x minus 5 and x plus 4. All right, so there we go. So that's where we're going to start. So number 1, I have to find my x-intercept. And to find the x-intercept, I know that y is equal to 0. Right? So if y is equal to 0, so I have, so the only way that this fraction can be 0 is if the top is 0. So what I'm looking for is 0 is equal to this right here, which again, the only way that that fraction is going to be 0 is if the top is going to be 0. So x will have to equal to 2. So my x-intercept is at 0. Oh, I'm sorry. 2, 0. Because my y value is 0, my x value is 2. Okay? Next, my y-intercept. Well, what do I know about that? X is equal to 0. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug everything in for 0. So I got f of 0, that's equal to, if I plug the 0 in the top, it's going to give me a negative 2. 0 on the bottom, I'm going to have a negative 5 times a 4. Right? So that's going to give me the y is going to equal to a 1/10, right? Because it made negative 2 over a negative 20, so 1/10. So my y-intercept is going to be the point 0, 1/10. Now, you're concerned about graphing that. Don't be concerned about graphing that. In fact, I'm going to rewrite that because that doesn't look very nice. 0, 1/10. There we go. That looks better. All right, so I got that. So now I got to find my vertical asymptote and my horizontal asymptote. I'm going to go ahead and find my horizontal asymptote right now. Okay. So when I'm looking for my horizontal asymptote, I'm comparing the highest power on the top. So that's going to be what? X, and the highest power on the bottom, which is going to be x squared. So that tells me that n is less than m. Well, what does that help? How does that help me? Well, it tells me that horizontal asymptote is occurring at y equals 0. Because as I look at this, as the power goes higher and higher, this ratio is going to get closer and closer to 0. All right. So there we go. I got the horizontal asymptote is at y equals 0. And how about my vertical asymptote? Vertical asymptote is about the denominator, is about the restrictions. So I need to take the denominator and set that equal to 0. So I'm going to get x equals 5 and x equals negative 4. So, and since nothing cancels out here, that means these are both going to be vertical asymptotes. All right, so now I can graph. All right, so let me see here. Let me go ahead and, a lot of marks going on there. So I'm going to just look at things around. Bring it over here, because in case if I need to make a table, I can. All right, so I have a horizontal asymptote at 0, so it's going to be right in here. That's going to be dotted. Vertical asymptotes at 5. Undo. I want the style first, then I can duplicate, and -4. So there's that. All right. And I have a y-intercept of 0, 1/10. So it's going to be somewhere right here, okay? Very, very close to 0 and 2, 0. So I got one here, okay? So what I should do is make a table for the last step here. And the table should be around the -4 and the +5. So I'm going to go ahead and just do -3 and -5. And then I'm also going to do 4 and 6. Okay? So those are my x values. Let's go ahead and plug those in and see what I get. So I would go ahead and plug those right in my calculator. So let me see here. I have -3 minus 2 parentheses divided by -3 minus 5 times -3 plus 4. And I get 0.625. Let's go and change those -3s to -5s. I get -0.7. Now let's go back and change those to 4s. I get -0.25, and if I change those to 6s, I get 0.4. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on. So at -3, I'm going to have a positive 0.625, so just above half. Okay. At -5, I'm going to have -0.7, again, a little more than half. At 4, I'm going to have a -0.25. And at 6, I'm going to have a positive almost a half. Okay, so what does this show me? It shows me that I'm going to have something that's going to look a little like this. A lot harder than it seems. Something like that. Get something like that as well, and that's exactly what it would be. All right, so if you look at that, that is going to be choice D, and there you go. All right, I hope that, well, actually, let's go ahead and finish this before I let you guys go. So it's going to look something like that. All right, and there you go. Let's put some arrows on those, and we can call it a day. Well, I hope that helps. If there's any questions, please let me know. See ya.